Hello, all you beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's video is going to be another pick a card reading, only we're going to do things a little bit differently as to we're going to look into what your blockages are. Now when I say blockages, this could be blockages in finance, this could be spiritual blockage, kind of plateaued on your ascension process, or this could be blockages into your love life. Whatever you may be conferring on, is that the word that I'm looking for? I think so. But anyways, whatever you're watching this video for blockage wise, as whether it's the spiritual or the finances or the love, this will have the answers for you. So our first deck is going to be Peacock Ore, then we have Silver Kyanite, and I don't quite remember what this beautiful crystal is called, so we're just going to call it the orange crystal for now. I mean, if I find the name for it later, I will be sure to put that as the timestamp, but for now, we're just going to call it the orange crystal. So yeah, pause the video if you need to look the crystals over, see which one resonates with you the most, and let's get right into it. So, I'm gonna move these over. And our first one is the lovely and beautiful Peacock Ore. Look at that. I hope it comes up on camera, but this is very beautiful crystal. So, Peacock Ore. What are our blockages for the Peacock Ore? Okay. So the first one that came out was Ace of Pentacles. So with this, what I instantly got was you're focused too much on like your finances. And that's kind of a blockage for you. I mean, you're so focused on your finances, you're not really taking time out to focus on anything else that needs your attention, whether that's self-love or, you know, family, friends, resting period, like you need to step back and really ground yourself and rest and recuperate. But yeah, so what I instantly got with that was y'alls are just like really focused on your finances, and it's blocking anything else from coming to you. And it's even potentially blocking finances from coming to you because you're just so focused on it and kind of expecting things to turn out a certain way to get these finances that you're actually preventing that from happening, if that makes sense. The next one we have is Gilded Regret. So this is another blockage. And, you know, maybe there's something happened that you regret severely. I mean, you did something or you said something, and now it's like a constant nagging regret or something you feel guilty about. And that's a blockage because, you know, we're humans. We're gonna make mistakes, but we need to forgive ourselves for that. We can't continuously live in the past when the past is gone. I mean, all we have right now is this moment right here and right now. And if we're holding on to past regret or guilt, then it's going to prevent us from moving forward into more abundance that we're looking for. The next card we have is Obedience. So with this, I picked up that some of you follow the rules too much. Like you're very, obedient. I mean, and you're kind of not a rule breaker. You kind of follow the rules, go with it, and you're kind of strict as to you don't stray from the lines. You don't like to color outside the lines type energy is what I picked up with that. And, you know, that can be a blockage because, you know, life is spontaneous. You know, we never know what's around the corner. We never know what's going to pop up in our lives next. And, you know, like I said, it kind of reminds me of the Pocahontas song, Just Around the River Bend. You know, we never know what's just around the river bend. And if we conform and we're strict on the rules, and you know, we always listen and we don't question things, and we don't question life, or you know, question somebody's, you know, explanation of something, then that really tends to block us in our outlook and perception of the world and our situations. And another blockage is reconciliation. Now with this, I got a couple different messages, so take what resonates. Take what resonates with this whole entire reading. But the reconciliation thing, I got two different messages, and one was that you're really focused on reconciling with somebody, and it's kind of blocking the energy because you're not really focusing on yourself. You're focusing more on like the reconciliation or the finances or both. And it's actually preventing that from happening and coming to pass because you're not doing the work that you need to do as pertaining to like all of these blockages and all of the healing that needs to be done. And that's why the reconciliation isn't coming. And the other thing that I got was that you're not really focused on like reconciliation, that it's not something that you want, but it could be the best thing for you. So kind of like what's meant to be is gonna come back around to you, and it's gonna make its way back to you. And so maybe you thought your best move was moving on from a certain person and not reconciling, and actually it's kind of destined that you do. So those are the two different messages that I got. Take what resonates with you individually. And then the next card we have is boundaries. And again, with this, I got a couple different messages. And one is you set too many boundaries for yourself and for others. And it doesn't allow things to flow smoothly because there's just too many boundaries set up and put in place. And so that could really block out, you know, future good things, or you know, positive insight or positive people or positive situations and things to come into your life because of the boundaries that you have put up. The other thing that I picked up is the exact opposite. You know, you may not have enough boundaries. You're kind of just loosey-goosey go with, you know, everything. And that's not necessarily a good thing too, because that allows negative things to be an influence into your life as well, because you didn't have those boundaries set up. And so you, it kind of attracts, you know, not only good situations, but also negative situations. And if you don't have the proper boundaries put into place, those negative situations kind of just have like a free pass. Here you go, come into my life, if that makes sense. And then the last card we have is Such a Curious Dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. So yeah, with this, like I said, some of you aren't as grounded as you should be, so which is why it's in the blockage place. So really go into meditation and focus on grounding yourself, or go out into nature if you're somewhere where it's warm and not cold like here. But, or maybe a greenhouse, you know, go to a greenhouse. That's nice too. But really focus on your grounding and focus on working on these blockages. And once you do, things will begin to pick up for you, whether this is for, you know, spiritual enlightenment because you've hit a plateau, or, you know, finances, you've hit a plateau. And these are all, you know, kind of symptoms of why it's plateaued, or even love life with the reconciliation thing, and why, you know, new opportunities and new people aren't coming into your life. These are all, you know, things pertaining to why that is happening for you guys. So yeah, these are the blockages and the messages that came out for group number 1, which was the Peacock Ore. If this resonated, please let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, guys. Mwah! Much love to all you guys. Okay, so if you picked group number 2, which was the silver Kyanite. It's very beautiful. I mean, I have a black Kyanite that I wear around my neck all the time, and I just love Kyanite. It's very protective stone, and it also opens up all of the chakras and balances them out. And another thing, you know, fun fact, Kyanite does not need to be charged. But I do like to tell people, you know, it's like anything else, you know, you don't need to be charged, but if you are charged, you just get that much extra benefits because it's like souped up. Like, you know, it's like overflowing with juice and energy. But yeah, so Kyanite is a wonderful stone. Alright, so if you chose silver Kyanite, the first one that came out was Knight of Cups. And with this, I really picked up that you got some of you, or all of you, I don't know, take what resonates, are kind of expecting an offer to come in, and you keep hoping and praying for this offer to come in, but that's kind of like the only thing you're focused on. And with the calling of the soulmate underneath, it kind of makes sense. You're so focused on, you know, calling in your soulmate and calling in this offer to present itself to you, that you're not really focused on yourself and what you need to work on to heal. You're not focused on all of these blockages that still need to be unblocked in order for your soulmate to come into you or this offer to come into you. And if you are kind of like, and I picked up, this is another message that was given to me, that if you are focusing on yourself, you're focused on yourself in the aspect that you're expecting this result to come from it. It's kind of like, you know, if I do this, then I'm going to get this reward, instead of just doing it because it needs to be done, instead of just doing it for yourself, you know, because you want to heal these blockages and you want to, you know, clear the path for you. You're kind of just doing it because this is the end result. This is what you want. And that's a blockage. When you work on yourself and work on self-love and clearing out blockages and healing past traumas and dealing with things that need to be faced, you need to do it for you. You need to do it out of genuine, true self-love, instead of because you're expecting a certain result in the end, if that makes sense. The next blockage we have is anger and chains. So with this, I just really picked up, some of you get extremely frustrated or extremely angry really quickly over like small little things. And with that, you just need to really ground yourself, you know, meditate on calming your mind in situations that make you frustrated or angry. Kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, and really ground yourself and come at it from a different perspective or different angle, which isn't always easy. I mean, it's easier said than done, but it will help you in the long run. And that is one of your blockages, so obviously it'll help clear that blockage. Okay, and the next card we have is the Fledgling. And so this is all about change. In this deck, this is all about change and embracing a new you. And what I picked up from this is some of you are really scared of change. You're kind of stuck in your ways. You know, you're kind of set in, you know, this is my comfort zone, and I don't want to stray from that because I know what's in my comfort zone. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what change awaits for me, and I don't really want to, you know, find out type energy. So, and the problem with that is, you know, life is unexpected. You know, there's change every second of every day. You know, every minute there is change going on around you. It's whether or not you choose to embrace that change and choose to better yourself, which, you know, bettering yourself involves change. So that's kind of why it's in the blockage space here, is some of you might be too scared or fearful of change to come. And I already went over kind of the calling in the soulmate with the whole Knight of Cups, where, you know, you're just so focused on calling in your soulmate that that's all you're focused on. You're not really focused on yourself or, you know, healing all of these blockages. So yeah. Then the next card we have is Guardian. Now with this, it was kind of a weird message, but what they told me is that some of you rely too much on your guides. Like, you're kind of always asking them for answers, but guides aren't there to give you a step-by-step play-by. Guides are there to give you subtle hints, and then you're to figure out the rest. They're here to guide you, not like puppeteer you, if that makes sense. So what I got from that is some of you are just relying too much on your guides rather than relying on yourselves for the answers. I mean, your guides are always there and always going to be there to help, but it's help in a subtle way. They give you small indirect hints that you kind of have to decode and figure out for yourself as to what they mean. So yeah, don't rely too much on your guides, guys. I mean, all the answers that you are seeking and need are always within you. Always, always. And the last card is Falling, the Unknown, Descent, Momentum, Change. See, like I said with the fledgling, some of you are really afraid of change and the unknown, and you don't want to leave your comfort zone, and that's a blockage just because, like I said, life is unexpected. Life is always full of surprises and, is always moving, always flowing, always changing. You can never step into the same river twice. Like Pocahontas. Yeah, I love Disney, but like in Pocahontas, where she says you can never step into the same river twice, because it's always flowing, always moving, always changing. So you kind of got to go with the flow of that, and really decide if the change is actually better for you rather than staying in your comfort zone. But yeah. Okay, so that was group 2 for Silver Kyanite. If that resonated with you guys, please let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Mwah! Much love to all you guys. Alright, and if you were group 3, the orange crystal here. Like I said, I don't know what it's called. If you went ahead and just skipped the timestamps, I don't know what it's called. It's just orange crystal, but it's beautiful. Alright, so the first card is Strength, Sacrifice, Children. Oh, okay, no, we're moving that here. Fragment, Masculine, and Growing Up. Okay, so with the Strength card here, what I really got was that some of you don't understand the strength you have within you. You might feel weak at some points, or irrational, or emotional, or whatever the case may be, and you're not really realizing the strength that you already have within you. I mean, for some of you, I just heard this, that you look for strength externally when you need to be looking for strength internally. So yeah, okay, it just told me that. And then second card is Sacrifice. So with this, what I really got was that some of you are afraid to sacrifice some of the stuff that you have in your life, whether it be people, place, thing, whatever, to make room for new and more beautiful and better things to come into your life. So this might be sacrificing old belief systems that are no longer resonating with you or no longer working. This may be, sacrificing friends that you're no longer resonating with, so better friends come in that are on the same frequency as you. Whatever the case may be in your situation, some of you are like really afraid to get rid of what you already know and what you already have, for fear that nothing else will come back to you. The next card we have is Fragment. So with this, like the card suggests, you kind of feel as if you're separated into a whole lot of different fragments. There's this emotional fragment, there's this work fragment, there's this family fragment, there's this finances fragment. You feel as if you're just torn so many different ways and you don't feel whole, when in reality, you're always in one piece. You are always whole and you are always one with the universe. You are never separate. That is what I was trying to get out, is you are never separate. You are always one. You're one with yourself. You're one with your guides. You're one with the universe. You're one with everybody around you. Woo! All right. It's okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm in a good mood. But yeah, so that's a blockage because, you know, not realizing that you're one with everything and feeling as if you're separate, that blocks in the abundance that is being offered to you, because the abundance that's being offered to you is already yours. You just have to claim it. Does that make sense? So the next card is children, and what I really got from this is embracing your inner child. I feel as if some of you feel as if you need to be the grown adult. You need to be the responsible one, and you've really gotten out of touch with your inner child, which would also go with a fragment. You know, you've been fragmented from your inner child as well. And our inner child is a very important part of us. I mean, it allows us to forgive. It allows us to move on. It allows us to see the world with bright-eyed and bushy-tailed point of view, you know? I mean, kids look at the world in wonder and amazement and everything. I mean, it could be as little as a flower or, you know, that ladybug or whatever. I mean, and they find such amusement and amazement out of just the little things. And that's a blockage, because if you're not in tune with that, then we have a very strict and stern perspective on the world, when the world around us is very, very beautiful. I mean, yeah, you know, there's some fucked up shit in our society, but there's still a lot of good. There's still a lot of beautiful in the world around us. And sometimes it just takes that inner child, and children are so happy and joyous. I mean, they find entertainment in the smallest things. So, you know, have fun, let loose, get in touch with your inner child, build a blanket fort for all I care. But yeah, the next card is masculine, and actually this kind of goes hand in hand with the inner child, because being too much in tune with your masculine side and being logic and strict and straightforward, point A to point B, doesn't always work with every situation. And the feminine side is more of the inner child side, the creative side, and seeing, you know, different angles to everything, not seeing, you know, straight lines, seeing spirals, you know. So that was one message I got for the masculine. The other one is maybe you're not using enough logic, or, you know, enough I don't want to say intellectual point of view, because that just sounds bad. But masculine energy is very straightforward, to the point, logical, and direct. So some of you may not be there. Like, your masculine and feminine energies are kind of like imbalanced, is basically what I'm saying in short. But take what resonates. So whether you're the one that is too much on the masculine side or not enough on the masculine side, take what resonates. And then the last card we have for you guys is growing up and wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth. So yeah, like I said with the inner child thing, some of you are too focused on actually growing up and being the responsible one, and too focused on growing in experience, but that's halting you and blocking you, because our inner child can teach us so much if we allow it. And yeah, rejection of perpetual youth, like, you know, being afraid that other people might condemn us or judge us for being more in touch with our inner child, you know, being more kid-like when we're supposed to be the mature and responsible adult. That's a bunch of bogus in my book. Just saying, putting my opinion out there. You can disagree, agree. I don't care. It's up to you. It's your opinion. But yeah, so, you know, afraid of really being in touch with your inner child because of judgment or, you know, condemnation or whatever from your peers. So yeah, those are your guys' blockages. I hope this resonated with you and hope this will give you a little insight on how to heal those blockages, whether it's, you know, finances, love life, or, you know, spiritual plateau, whatever the case may be, whatever you're searching for blockages for, this will help you in your endeavors. I hope this resonated with you guys. If it did, let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Mwah! Much love to all you guys.